because she grew up on a Navajo reservation. Now, it was one of the times where I was live on TikTok with some of the crew from the Call of Duty TikTok, and I was talking to her in Spanish. Next thing I know, people were flustered. There were red faces, and I was like, "What? What is going on?" They're like, "Was that you?" I was like, "Yes, I'm Mexican. I speak Spanish. What do you want from me?" And they're like, "That was like so hot." I'm like, "What? I called my dog a good girl and told her to sit in Spanish. Are you okay?"
I mean, I'd be okay if someone called me a good girl and told me to sit.
The problem is there's not a proper like translation into Spanish for good girl.
You and me have had this conversation before, which sounds very
Yes.
awkward out of context.
It, just so everyone knows, I was the one calling him a good girl, okay? So, because like good girl literally translated is buena chica. But if you're trying to like do it in the same context of like that's a good girl, then you have to like mix some words around and like it's how would you translate it? It would be more like mi chica buena or like
I
eres
remember
una
you
chica muy
saying
buena.
something along the lines of like, Buena Chica is actually redundant because the Buena already implies femininity, like who you're speaking to.
Yeah, it just makes it very awkward.
See,
And
this
like,
this is the part where I say that I've studied multiple European languages just being a fucking nerd, but like it just so happens that all of those languages aren't gendered languages like the Mediterranean Latin based ones. So Spanish is
mhm,
just so fucking alien to me in that facet.
yeah, we assign genders to everything. Like, sia, you don't say el sia, you say la sia. I'm starting to wonder if that was the right word for chair. I'm pretty sure it was. But if it ends in O, it's masculine. If it ends in A, it's feminine. So saying buena chica, it's grammatically incorrect because you're supposed to go chica buena, which sounds way better. It's grammatically correct, but buena chica
Goodbye.
following the same thing as good girl, it does not
What are you?
fit. It's awkward trying to fit
Only
it into a
quality goods for
sentence.
sale here. What can I interest?
It it's just a very
That's
awkward
more than I
thing
need.
to try and translate
That
into
seems.
Spanish. So we have other ways
That seems. That
to
seems.
be able to
That's more.
achieve the same effect, but it's not with good girl.
Up. Take care.
So yeah, it wasn't until the internet that I discovered that people really like Spanish. I remember one friend, I still talk to her to this day, but we were talking on Discord, and I had said some random phrase in
What
Spanish
do you
because I
want?
was trying to like teach Spanish. I'm like,
Yes?
oh, this
You
is how you say this in Spanish, and I said Spanish, and she was like,
the don't
I'm gonna
get
need to
too many
take
photos.
two. I'm like, for what? She's like, you
Only
sounded
the
hot. And I'm like, I
with
just talked in
and
Spanish. What?
cast
And
Knowledge is
it took
power.
a while for me to realize that I do
Have a
sound
look at my
different between
wares.
English and
I'm sure
Spanish.
there's something to
Well,
suit.
that's something that I've heard is common with a lot of people. Like, I don't know how true this is just because of my limited experience with it, but apparently a lot of people have a tendency to speak at a higher octave when they're speaking in Spanish. Like their voice just naturally like goes up higher.
I think it's the opposite. They tend to speak in a lower octave instead of a higher octave.
Oh, do I have that backward? I very
Yeah,
well
it's
might.
Thank you
because
for your patronage.
me talking normally, I know I have a pretty high pitched voice.
Bye.
But cuando hablo español,
Hello, I
entonces
don't
mi voz suena
like
más
ride.
lower. I don't remember
Mine-
the word for lower, but
Vanilla. Take care.
so sueño como más mejor, creo que eso es la palabra. And talking in English, it like literally jumps from low to high when I switch from Spanish to English, and then high to low going from English to Spanish. And like I've talked to countless of people, and even my own dad pointed it out. He's like, "You sound so much different in Spanish." I'm like, "Really? How? I thought I sounded the same." But literally, the way my dad said it, he's like, "You sound more mature in Spanish." It's like, what? I love my dad, but man, sometimes, ouch. Yeah, it's fun messing with languages because then I fluster people.
You enjoy flustering people, don't lie.
I do. That's why I said it. I said, because then I fluster people, not and then I fluster people. Yeah, I won't lie. I do enjoy flustering people. Listen, their reactions are so intense because I'm usually such a laid back person and I don't really try to fluster people. So when I randomly do, perfection. Literally cherry on top. That's another thing I learned from COD Talk is that everyone's very platonically flirty. So any chance they get, they will flirt like crazy, and it gets so far to the point where I'm like, do you need a room? I can go. It's okay. I don't have to be here. But yeah, that whole platonic flirting is a whole web that I somehow got roped into.
I mean, platonic flirting is healthy. It's fun to do.
Hmm.
Because it's one of those things where it's like, you know I'm not being serious. I'm actively not being serious. But if at any point that you're uncomfortable, like the keyword is banana. You say that, I'll stop.
The keyword is banana. Pineapple. 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 Wrong word. Pineapple. But yeah, it also makes it hard for me who takes everything at face value and literally like, okay, I can't tell if you're just platonically flirting or if you're actually flirting. I'm going to assume platonic flirting and hope you don't get butthurt about it.
Oh, trust me. There was one time that just because of how obnoxiously socially awkward I am, I didn't realize that this person was into me. So I
Oh
screenshotted a
no.
lot of messages and sent it to a mutual friend and be like, I can't tell if she likes me or not. And then they were like, I don't even know. And I'm like, oh, thank God. It's not just me.
It's so hard not being able to tell when someone likes me or not. I'm so oblivious. Oh my gosh. Literally, everything goes over my head. I will assume you are just being friendly. And like platonic flirting has made it 10 times worse. Because if I actually get flirted with, I'm gonna like, haha, yeah, see you later, buddy. And it just makes the whole situation worse.
There will be a
Um,
day when somebody is like, I'd love to take you out for dinner. And you'd be like, yeah, I bet you would. And then you just walk away.
100% that will happen. Fully call it. There are those like weird moments with like mutuals I'll make. Um, there's this one guy, I will not name him or anything like that, but he popped up on my videos. He would comment, he would like. I'm like, oh cool, another plague doctor. Follow. And this was during my early days of cosplay too. And so while interacting with him and everything like that, I was able to learn more
I'm
about him.
friend.
He had a girlfriend. He was
Mu-
he was doing all these
Anyone.
videos, and I'm like, cool. Sometimes he would duet me, and I'd be like, oh cool, he wants to duet me, so I would duet him back. Keep in mind, never once have I ever talked to this dude in DMs or anything like that. One day he comes into my DMs and he's like, hey, so I really like you and I'd like to like have you as my girlfriend. And I'm just
What?
like, don't you
May I interest
already,
you in
you
some of my
already
fine
have a
wares?
girlfriend? He's like, yeah, no, I'm polyamorous. I already asked her and she said it was okay. I'm like, okay, I'm not
It's
going to
more
take
than
your
I'd
word.
usually pay.
I don't know who you are.
That's a
We
good deal.
literally just followed each other like the other day. I'm sorry. I don't know you. I don't have feelings for you. He's like, oh, okay. And then just radio silent from the guy after that. And I'm like, is that why you interacted with me? Because you
Thank
wanted
you.
me to be in a relationship?
Bye.
That's whack.
Not only is it whack, it's toxic as fuck.
Good morning.
Yeah.
What can I do?
And it's like, I swear, it's the same thing in real life where, like, I'm trying to do my job, and I'll have a random dude flirting with me and be like, hey, can I take you out sometime? Do you see where I am right now? What part of this makes it okay for you to do? Like, you're only doing this because I can't run away from you screaming. Like, what? Why are you here right now? You're supposed to go in, get your stuff, get out. That's how it goes. Like, I don't know you. You don't know me. No, thank you.
It's especially worse, like, it's almost like a crime because for people in customer service work, it's like, yeah, we're literally not able to, like, run away from you. So we're, like, trapped in this
Mm,
interaction. I distinctly remember working a customer service job and being like, I have no intention of having a conversation with you. Please get your shit and leave. Like, our relationship is over. Please go away.
Right? There was no relationship going on at all. It's a situationship, if that
Your
puts
money.
it to perspective. It's a completely transactional interaction. You're buying your stuff. I'm selling you your stuff. You can leave now.
It's like,
Literally.
I actually made my supervisor, who's technically my boss, very uncomfortable during a one-on-one meeting that we had.
Oh
Because
my.
every week or so we have like these one-on-one meetings to kind of like, he's gonna coach me, go over my numbers and all that jazz. And he's like, you go through a lot of phone calls at like an efficiency that somebody would have to be here for like 2 or 3 years to do. And I'm like, yeah, I've done like a call center phone jobs before, so it's nothing new to me. And he kind of opened up the can of worms, is like, what's your secret? Like, how are you able to handle these customers so effectively? And I told him the truth. And I was like, listen, my job is not to help out these customers. My job is to get you off the phone and make sure you never call back. It just so happens that in order to do so, I have to help you out.
Right.
So whenever somebody calls in and if they have like a situation or a problem, I don't go, oh no, let's go on, let's figure out how to fix this problem. It's, all right, what can I do to make sure that you never, like, you just shut the fuck up and we can end this conversation as quickly as possible.
I think you're just a little too introverted for for a call center.
But apparently it works. Like, the numbers don't lie.
That is true. I have the same thing with like being a cashier. My job is to have you come in, pick out your stuff, sell you your stuff, and have you walk out. I am not here to socialize. I am not here to gossip with you. I am not here to be your friend. I am definitely not here to hand you my phone number. I need your cash or your card, and then you can leave. Like nothing more and nothing less. That's it. It's just completely transactional. I want you gone. I don't want to see you again. I feel like that's definitely like a personal problem. Just like I am too introverted to allow myself to deal with these customers.
I mean, that's why, like, the one saving grace of working for Walmart in Colorado for the short stint that I did so is I was part of the stock crew. My job was to stock the shelves. Like, I never had to interact with customers whatsoever. And I mean, they trained me on how to run a register, but if they ever needed me to run the register, oh, I conveniently am unable to work in that area that day. Oh, funny that
Right.
happens.
I remember my first job, which was actually at a grocery store. They trained me how to do the register. I hated every second of it. There's a very big difference between the small store I operate currently and like my first job being at a grocery store is that there's so much like fast pace to a grocery store. I could not handle that. I'm like, oh god, there's people. Oh no, I'm messing up because I'm stressed. I hate this. I never want to do this ever. And I never did. I didn't even give them a chance to like tell me to clock out when it was time for me to clock out. I literally, as soon as the last customer went through, I turned off the little light that goes on, and I just clocked out. I did not tell anyone. I just left it disappear. I didn't even wait to see if there was any like registered protocols or anything like that. I just called it quits. I was done. Goodbye. Jobs are hard, man.
Yeah, it's like that's the whole reason why I'm a writer, because my original plan is I wanted to make films, like make TV shows and whatnot. But then I realized just how many people is involved in like the movie making process, and I was like, that's kind of ass because that involves having to interact with a lot of people, and other
Yeah.
people have to like force their creative views into what we're making. So I'm like, that's fucking dumb. So then I moved on to video game design, and I'm like, yeah, I can do video game design. And then I realized, oh wait, no, I still have to work with people. This is fucking ass. And then I'm like, what is the one creative outlet I can do that doesn't involve any other humans? Writing. And then come to find out that, oh no, I still have to interact with humans because I need a fucking agent. I still need a fucking publisher. And it's just been a hassle my entire adult life trying to get my stories fucking out there for people.
Hmm. I still feel bad that one time you asked me to proofread, and I started reading and just never went back to it.
I sent you that manuscript like 3 years ago, and you've yet to get back to me on it.
I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Literally, it's from the moment you sent it to me, it's been such a wild ride since then. I have not known a single moment of peace. And it's whenever I do have free time, I have my own things I have to get through. Like I have my own book I'm writing, and I have like the recordings to do. I have real life shit I need to do now. I have it's just so much. I haven't even touched my own physical books. Like I don't read anymore. The only time I quote unquote read is when I'm listening to audiobooks now. And even then I binge listen for a full week and then I'm done.
I mean, every Warhammer book has an
Come
audiobook
on,
version.
run while there's still time.
So that's the
guards
main
still
way
hold
that I
firm,
like
but it's only a matter of
binge
time before
collect
they're
on
overwhelmed.
Warhammer content is through audiobooks.
God's blood. Deidre, there was. Go and. It.
I want to apologize to all the people who like listen to audiobooks. And I judged you a little too fast. I judged you when I shouldn't have, you know? I should have known you guys were on to something. That's my bad. But yeah, I couldn't understand why people were listening to audiobooks. I was like, what? But the physical book is right there. You can just go to your local library. Why would you waste your time listening when you could read instead? And now that I have literally no time to do anything, I see now. My eye has been opened. My third ear has been opened.
I mean, the best thing in the world is listening to an audiobook while reading the book itself. Like, some people will say that that's kind of a redundant process, but to me, it helps, like, fully just, like, let go of everything and you're immersed in the story.
Hmm.
Because, I don't know if you know this, I have this thing called ADHD and autism, and trying to find time to, like, sit down and read a book is near impossible for me. Because sometimes when I'm reading a book, I could read the same page 3 times over and just not process any sort of information. But if I'm reading the book while also listening to someone else reading the book, like in my ear holes, then it helps keep me focused. The only time that I'm not a fan of audiobooks is when the narrator pronounces something differently than what like I've already established in my head.
Yeah.
Like there's this one dude that I'm listening to, and he's reading all of the. I don't know if you ever played in a game in the Elder Scrolls series, but one of the aspects of the Elder Scrolls series that everybody's a fan of is that there's hundreds of like tiny books that you can find scattered around the world, and they all have these like short stories in them. What this guy does is he actually like goes through and reads all of these books in the world, and he pronounces this one character who's kind of a major dude in the world. He pronounces it Vivek, whereas I've always read it as Vivek. And it's just that very small nuance thing that like irritates me. Why are you attacking me? Oh, you're a bandit, that's why.
You're attacking the abandoned.
Or actually to put this in this, another context. There's a character in the Horus Heresy whose his name is Jagatai Khan, but this one specific narrator says it Jagate because of how it's spelled, and I'm like, no, no, that's not how that's pronounced. The Horus Heresy books are really good, though. You should totally read them.
As you've said with everything Warhammer 40k.
Just get into Warhammer, please. I need more people to nerd out with it about.
I hate to tell you this. I can't bring myself to like it. I can't bring myself to be interested in it. I'm so sorry. I have failed you as a friend.
I remember there was an episode of Distractable where Bob mentioned that he started reading the Horus Heresy books, and I was like, like I was so happy. And then he never brought them up ever again after that one point. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Mark talked about them a lot at one point. I think he is into Warhammer 40k.
Mark is into Warhammer, but he's into more like the lore and story. And I think it's not on Instagram, it's on Twitter. Jacksepticeye actually posted a couple of models that he had built and painted, and I'm like, everybody's getting into the hobby, yay! My nerdery is justified.
I
That's a
think
fucking
for Jack,
troll.
it's also. I think for Jack, it's also just the model painting question mark. So you got them getting into bits and pieces of it, just
Yes.
very small bits and pieces of it.
It's very small, very specific bits and pieces of it. Like, Jacksepticeye is only interested in the building and the painting and the models. Mark is only interested in the lore and the story of everything. That's kind of the fun thing with the hobby, is everybody can kind of have the thing that they like. You don't have to eat every piece of the pie in order to enjoy it.
But I like that pie. Yes, I see what you mean. Picking up what you are putting in.
Like, I have a well, I call him a buddy, but we've only interacted maybe 3 times in my entire adult life. I have a buddy who his extension with the Warhammer is he buys the models and he builds these dioramas of them. He pretty much like recreates specific scenes or battles or whatever. But then that's like the extent of it. Like he does it just for the art facet of it. And that's perfectly acceptable and that's awesome. Also, holy shit, it's 12 o'clock my time. How long have we been just rambling about nothing?
A lot. You have a lot of time.
I might call the video here just because of goddamn how much footage do I have to edit.
Alright. Sounds like a plan.